thunderous roar echoes across an ancient land where Earth was once home to colossal creatures. The ground trembles, stone dust clouds the air as a predator emerges from the swamp. Millions of years ago, during the Cretaceous period, the world was teeming with predators that ruled through strength and adaptability. From the waterlogged plains of North Africa to the arid lowlands of South America, they appeared everywhere, each species with its own form, its own unique survival strategy. From the semi-aquatic Spinosaurus to the T-Rex, an icon of raw power, and the Giganotosaurus, the southern giant, all tell the same story. The story of the most terrifying predators in the planet's history. Imagine you are a fish swimming in a Cretaceous-era lake. You glide leisurely through waters that today belong to what we now call North Africa. Life seems quite peaceful until you sense something moving behind you. You turn around, but it's already too late. In front of you stands the largest carnivorous predator ever discovered in dinosaur history, Spinosaurus. It is unlike anything else. It is not just an ordinary carnivorous dinosaur. This creature embodies the traits of a T-Rex, a crocodile, and even a whale. And that is precisely what made Spinosaurus so dangerously dominant in the ancient world. Spinosaurus lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 100 to 66 million years ago. Belonging to the theropod group bipedal, predatory dinosaurs, Spinosaurus possessed features so bizarre they defied belief. It was the first known land-dwelling dinosaur capable of living in water. Weighing 44,000 lbs and standing nearly 49 foot tall, it had a body about 10 foot longer than the largest Tyrannosaurus rex ever discovered. Spinosaurus had razor-sharp teeth and a crocodile-like snout, while its short hind legs were muscular and paddle-like, remarkably similar to those of ancient whales. If you ever found yourself face-to-face with an open-mouthed Spinosaurus, you'd see long, slanted, interlocking teeth at the tip of its snout. Behind those were 6 to 7 slender, sharp teeth on each side of the upper jaw, followed by 12 more deeper inside. These dinosaurs also had powerful forelimbs, equipped with curved, razor-sharp claws, perfect for stabbing deep or tearing through the flesh of their prey. Unlike other predators, the legs of Spinosaurus resembled those of modern shorebirds, allowing it to stand firm and move efficiently on soft, sandy terrain. Their feet may have even been webbed, with skin stretched between the toes. While other carnivorous dinosaurs like the T-Rex hunted on land, Spinosaurus hunted sharks and other large fish in deep waters. The most distinctive feature of this monster was a sail-like row of spines extending along its back. This detail sparked decades of debate among paleontologists. No one knows exactly what purpose this sail served. Yet it has become one of the most iconic images of the prehistoric world. However, when it comes to the greatest predator of the dinosaur age, the massive Spinosaurus is not the first name that comes to mind. For 90% of us, our minds instantly turn to Tyrannosaurus rex, also known as the king of the tyrant lizards, a symbol of strength, dominance, and prehistoric fear. Tyrannosaurus rex, known more familiarly as T-Rex, was a deadly carnivore from the moment it appeared on Earth. But it wasn't until the middle of the Cretaceous period that it truly rose to become the ultimate tyrant. It's no coincidence that this carnivorous dinosaur became so famous and the stuff of nightmares when we think about the prehistoric world. First, let's talk about its size. T-Rex wasn't just big, it was a true killing machine. At over 39 feet long and weighing up to 17,600 to 19,800 lbs, a single bite from it could generate a bite force more than 6 times stronger than that of a modern lion. Its head was as big as a refrigerator, nearly 5 feet long, and filled with teeth the size of bananas. Each tooth was sharp and curved like a dagger, capable of piercing the thick hide of a herbivorous dinosaur in a single bite. When T-Rex bit down, its bite force could reach up to 6 tons, powerful enough to crush bone, not just tear flesh. If you stood near a T-Rex's mouth when it bit, You'd hear the bones crack like a watermelon being crushed. Its eyes faced forward, a rare trait among dinosaurs, granting it stereoscopic vision or depth perception. Simply put, it could precisely judge distance when lunging at prey, just like modern lions or eagles. And what about its sense of smell? Scientists believe this beast had the most sensitive nose in the dinosaur world. It could detect the scent of rotting flesh from miles away, making it not just a hunter, but also a massive scavenger. People often joke about T-Rex having toy-sized arms, but in reality those small limbs were incredibly strong, capable of lifting over 400 lbs, enough to pin down a struggling prey. Every detail of this creature's body was designed for killing. But was there any creature powerful enough to challenge the tyrant King T-Rex, the undisputed ruler of the Northern Hemisphere? Far to the south of the Earth, in a land we now call South America, a new name began to emerge. Giganotosaurus, the giant southern lizard, a cold-blooded, brutal predator that once reigned over the ancient lands of Patagonia. This formidable creature was a true rival to T-Rex, not just in films, but in reality. Contrary to what many of us have believed, the mighty T-Rex was not the largest dinosaur in history. Giganotosaurus was even larger in size. With a body weight of up to 3,400 lbs, it surpassed the mighty T-Rex. Giganotosaurus could reach lengths of up to 43 feet and stood over 16 feet tall. Its skull alone measured nearly 6 feet long, containing over 76 teeth, each one about 8 in long, sharp as cleavers, made for tearing into the flesh of live prey. Giganotosaurus was a terrifying predator, with relatively long and powerful forearms equipped with 3 claws for gripping prey, a long tail for balance, and muscular legs that allowed it to reach speeds of around 30 mph. At the time, South America was a warm land, filled with jungles, plains and swamps, a paradise for gigantic herbivorous dinosaurs that grew over 100 feet in length. And those were the favorite prey of Giganotosaurus. According to research, Giganotosaurus could live for over 50 years and took 30 to 40 years to reach full maturity. The juveniles were vulnerable, but once fully grown, they had virtually no natural predators. Since its discovery, Giganotosaurus has become one of the most famous dinosaurs in the world, featured in movies, video games, and scientific research. Not just because of its massive size, but because it represents another chapter in the age of predators, a world where the tyrant King T-Rex was not the only ruler. And when talking about southern predators, we cannot ignore another name. Smaller, faster, but no less strange and fearsome, Carnotaurus. Not a lumbering giant like T-Rex or Giganotosaurus, Carnotaurus was a speed hunter, a lean, lightweight killing machine built to chase prey across the dry plains of ancient South America more than 70 million years ago. It measured about 26 to 30 feet long, stood over 10 feet tall, yet had a slender build like a sprinter. What stood out most were the small horns above its eyes, giving it a bizarre yet menacing look. These horns earned it the nickname meat-eating bull. Scientists believe these horns were not just for show, they were likely used in combat between males, headbutting, ramming and pushing to claim territory or mates. But what truly makes Carnotaurus intriguing is its face. It had one of the strangest heads ever seen on a carnivorous dinosaur. A short snout, large eyes, and small jagged teeth. Not powerful enough to crush bone like a T-Rex, but more than capable of ripping through soft flesh at incredible speed. Unlike many heavy-set carnivorous dinosaurs, Carnotaurus was one of the fastest runners ever recorded. Its long legs, developed thigh muscles, and large pelvic structure allowed it to reach speeds of 30 to 37 mph. Its forelimbs were extremely tiny, shorter even than those of a T-Rex. But its shoulder joints were incredibly strong, almost like steel, helping stabilize its body while sprinting at high speed, preventing it from falling during a chase. Unlike the T-Rex, which relied on its keen sense of smell, Carnotaurus depended on its vision to hunt. It had an exceptionally wide field of view and was better at detecting movement than most other carnivorous dinosaurs. In other words, even the slightest shadow in the bushes wouldn't escape this monster's sight. If you've ever watched Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, you likely remember the scenes of roaring giants chasing humans through dense jungles. But in reality, Hollywood has exaggerated quite a few things to make dinosaurs appear more dramatic and terrifying. They're often made larger, more powerful, or given traits from different species just to make the audience gasp. However, in one particular case, the truth was the exact opposite. One real-life dinosaur was far scarier than its movie version. This was Dilophosaurus, the two-crested lizard, and the first true king of the Jurassic era. In movies and novels, Dilophosaurus is often portrayed as a small dinosaur with frilled skin flaring out from its neck and the ability to spit venom to blind its prey. In reality, however, this creature was 4 times larger than its movie counterpart, growing up to 23 feet long, nearly 10 feet tall, and weighing around 880 lbs, about the size of an adult brown bear. Overall, Dilophosaurus had a slender body and long legs, enabling it to move swiftly on land. Its head made up nearly 10% of its total body length, with curved, razor-sharp teeth capable of tearing through the flesh of large prey. Studies estimate that an adult Dilophosaurus had between 30 to 40 teeth, each over 4 in long. Its strong and flexible forelimbs had 3 long, sharp claws used to grasp and pin down prey. With its light and agile frame, it could run at high speeds, fast enough to chase or launch surprise attacks from close range. The distinctive twin crests on Dilophosaurus's head have long been a subject of debate. Initially, scientists believed they were used for thermoregulation or even as weapons. But later studies revealed the crests were made of thin, brittle bone far too fragile for combat. It's now believed they were likely used for display or attracting mates, similar to how peacocks fan their tail feathers today. Although classified as a carnivore, there was long-standing debate among scientists about how Dilophosaurus hunted. Some argued its jaws were too weak to take down large prey, suggesting it may have scavenged carcasses instead. Yet, once again, this creature defied expectations. In truth, its jaws were stronger than once believed, powerful enough to bite through the flesh of other dinosaurs. Fossil evidence shows matching tooth marks from Dilophosaurus on the bones of contemporary herbivores like Ceratosaurus, proving it was the first apex predator of the Jurassic period. Dilophosaurus ruled over North America between 183 and 190 million years ago, during a time when carnivorous dinosaurs were just beginning to evolve. It was the forefather of the famous predators that would come later. But as the Earth changed, this species gradually disappeared, making way for stronger generations to rise. To this day, no one knows exactly when Dilophosaurus went extinct, but one thing is certain: it paved the way for the age of the giant meat-eating dinosaurs. Velociraptor, often simply called Raptor, is probably no stranger to most people, thanks to its frequent appearances and key role in the success of the Jurassic film franchise. Velociraptor lived around 75 million years ago in what is now the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. Unlike the towering creatures portrayed in movies, the real raptor stood only about waist-high to an adult human, but had a lean, muscular build and a long tail for perfect balance while attacking. Each foot was armed with a sickle-shaped claw nearly 3 in long, sharp as a knife, capable of slicing through thick skin in a single swipe. Velociraptor is believed to have been one of the most intelligent members of the carnivorous dinosaur family. Its brain-to-body ratio was similar to that of modern birds of prey, allowing for advanced image processing, hunting strategies, and cooperative behavior. Velociraptor has been widely misunderstood since its introduction in Jurassic Park, depicted as a giant, scaly pack hunter, disemboweling prey with its claws. In reality, Velociraptor was feathered. It could weigh up to 100 lbs, about the size of a modern wolf. It shared many traits with modern birds: hinged ankles, rotating wrists, a wishbone, and forward-facing toes. But most notably, it had feathers. With a Latin name meaning swift thief, Velociraptor was clearly built to be one of nature's most efficient hunters. This bipedal predator had an extremely sharp sense of smell. Its muscular legs and long shins enabled it to take large strides and reach speeds of up to 24 mph. In just a second, it could leap forward and strike with both feet, delivering rapid, slashing blows like a deadly dancer. Its agility, combined with intelligence and natural weaponry, made it a predator no creature wanted to face. And if a pack of Velociraptors were as dangerous as a pack of modern wolves, then a creature called Utahraptor was far more terrifying. Essentially a scaled-up version of Velociraptor, an adult Utahraptor could reach 23 feet in length from snout to tail, stand 10 feet tall and weigh over 1,000 lbs. Utahraptor was discovered in the state of Utah, USA, hence its name, which comes from that arid land. Unlike the small movie raptors, Utahraptor was more like a monster hybrid between a tiger and an eagle, with long muscular legs and rear feet carrying 10-in-long sickle-shaped claws. Fossil studies suggest Utahraptor had feathers. Though it couldn't fly, the feathers helped regulate body temperature and may have been used for display, courtship, or intimidation. Evidence from fossilized tracks and bone beds suggests they hunted in packs and were capable of taking down prey, many times their own size, a rare strategy among carnivorous dinosaurs. Utahraptor was the apex predator of its ecosystem. Scientists have yet to find any evidence of a larger land-based predator during its lifetime. If we had to choose a symbol for the perfect fusion of primal power and evolutionary intelligence, Utahraptor would be the ultimate candidate. A creature that embodied both the instinct of a hunter and the mind of a strategist, a turning point in the natural history of our planet. While we often assume that gigantic predators like T-Rex or Giganotosaurus were the most terrifying, we may have been wrong. Many scientists have shown that massive carnivorous dinosaurs were actually quite slow. Some couldn't even outrun a healthy adult human. Instead, a small, lightning-fast carnivorous dinosaur was likely far more dangerous. We're talking about Allosaurus, an agile, intelligent, and bloodthirsty predator that spread fear across North America over 150 million years ago. Allosaurus is one of the most well-known carnivorous dinosaurs of the Jurassic period. Paleontologists have uncovered a large number of its fossils at a quarry in Colorado, central United States. Among those fossils were numerous broken bones marked with mysterious bite marks. Upon analysis, researchers uncovered a little-known aspect of Allosaurus behavior. Allosaurus was a highly aggressive predator, attacking anything, sometimes even other carnivorous dinosaurs, without any particular motive. Thomas R. Holtz, a paleontologist at the University of Maryland who specializes in theropods, stated, "Although signs of cannibalism in Allosaurus were suspected for decades, the findings at the Megatmore quarry finally provide strong evidence that Allosaurus practiced cannibalism." Allosaurus, typically measured between 28 to 39 feet in length, stood over 10 feet tall, and weighed between 300 to 500 lbs. Its body was practically built for hunting: a large yet lightweight head, flexible neck, powerful forearms with 3 12-in-long curved claws, and strong hind legs that could propel it at speeds of 22-25 mph. What's fascinating is that despite its reputation as a giant predator, Allosaurus was remarkably adaptable. When food was scarce, it could switch to scavenging, using its keen sense of smell to locate carcasses, a smart survival tactic shared by modern predators like lions and hyenas. And here's an interesting thought. Had Allosaurus not gone extinct during the climate shifts at the end of the Jurassic period, it might have been T-Rex's greatest rival in the Cretaceous. The names we've mentioned so far are just the tip of the massive iceberg that is the world of carnivorous dinosaurs. In reality, countless other meat-eating creatures once ruled Earth tens of millions of years ago, each with its own hunting methods, natural weapons, and survival secrets. We've only explored 5 of the most terrifying and iconic species representatives of a prehistoric world brimming with danger. If you'd like to dive deeper into the world of these monstrous creatures, leave a comment below and let us know. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our future content. See you next time.